Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on She Came to Me, starring Peter Dinklage and Anne Hathaway. Peter Dinklage is a guy who writes operas who's going through writer's block when he unblocks thanks to the help of Marissa Tomei, a tugboat captain. Smash like and subscribe. Thanks for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. Links in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 12. Available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. So Peter Dinklage and Anne Hathaway are married. She's a fastidious psychoanalyst, and Dinklage writes operas. And one day he's trying to get out of his funk because he had a nervous breakdown after his last opera. So his wife sends him out, says, go meet some people. He ends up meeting Marissa Tomei, going to her tugboat, and they end up having an affair. And then he writes a new opera about a tugboat captain who lures men to her ship and kills them. And but Marissa Tomei is a little odd. She got arrested for stalking previously, and now it sounds like she's kind of stalking Peter Dinklage. So now he's got this mistress, which he sort of didn't want. He just wanted to get rid of his writer's block. And meanwhile, I think Anne Hathaway has an affair too, possibly with one of her patients. I'm not sure. It looks funny. It looks smart. All the characters have different traits. Soundtrack available. Ooh, Bruce Springsteen did a new song, so there's that. September 29th, written and directed by Rebecca Miller. It looks interesting. She Came to Me. So Marissa Tomei is a tugboat captain who's a little offbeat. She's maybe a little unstable, and then falls in love with Peter Dinklage as his mistress, and he doesn't really want her as a mistress. A fresh look at what love does to people. I think it's just going to be funny. It's just going to be a love triangle. And Anne Hathaway is a very fastidious psychoanalyst, I guess you'd say. And then the tugboat captain, becomes her patient at one point. So, first act, Peter Dinklage and Anne Hathaway are in this marriage, but they're kind of in a rut. He's stressed out because he's got to write a new opera. She doesn't want to have sex with him. She's too busy being fastidious and trying to take care of her patients. He's got 2 weeks to finish this. He can't get out of his funk. So Anne sends him packing one day, says, go out and meet people. He goes out with his dog, goes on a long walk, ends up meeting Marissa Tomei at a bar, and then ends up on her tugboat where they proceed to have an affair because they hit it off so well, and Marissa Tomei is kind of lonely and desperate, but she's kind of hot. Well, she is hot. Anyhow, they have an affair, and because Peter Dinklage is vulnerable because he has had sex with his wife, and so he has sex with her, and then of course he comes up with the tugboat captain opera, which turns into a big hit, and he can't quite get rid of Marissa Tomei, so he invites her to the opera. Now she's in love with him more than ever because she's his muse. She considers herself his muse and won't leave him alone, and he's trying to keep his marriage afloat. Meanwhile, Anne Hathaway is dealing with her own crazy patients. The third act, it may be that Marissa Tomei, he tries to break up with Marissa Tomei and she tries to kill him. Maybe. It may go that far. Or he ends up with Marissa Tomei and Anne Hathaway ends up with one of her patients, maybe? I don't know. It kind of could go either way. I kind of think Marissa Tomei is going to try to kill Peter Dinklage. Ties weights on him, throws him overboard or something like that. But so I think it could be fun. It looks fun. I chuckled at the trailer. The actors are good. They're really acting. I mean, the three of them are good actors. There's no denying that. I know Peter Dinklage's recent comments about dwarves. He should just stay out of it, but he is a good actor. I mean, he can rise above his stature, so to speak. Uh, he doesn't have to play a dwarf or an elf, even though he used to. That's sort of paying your dues, though. That's how he got in, and then he's so talented he rose above that. Um, so good for him. And now he's leading man material, and he comes off well in this. He comes off well. He's got two beautiful women. One he's married to, one he's having an affair with. I mean, it looks good. I mean, I believe it because Peter Dinklage has gravitas. I'm not sure what this is. Maybe a Civil War reenactment. Um, so, and he's a good actor. I would say it. I think it's going to be an art house movie. I think it's going to be fun. No write up on it. And some of the comments. These are some of the movies I've loved. I've always loved Anne Hathaway, but she seems to be on top of her game. She's been very good in the last few movies, I think. Peter Dinklage is the man. How can Marissa Tomei not be mentioned in the title? Well, she would be mentioned next. I mean, they usually just mention two names. So I would totally see this. Yeah, I would go to the theaters for it too. This definitely would be a good date movie, I think, because I think it's going to be fun. I don't think it's going to be too dark at the end. It's going to be probably a fun ending. Probably Marissa Tomei unravels, is what I'm going to guess. Or maybe in the end, Anne Hathaway helps her. But I kind of think the opera itself foreshadows what she attempts to do to Peter Dinklage. He may even die at the end, but it'll be like a comedic death, like him narrating over her, I don't know, roasting his liver on an open fire somewhere out in the sea, I guess. Brand new song by Bruce Springsteen, too, I guess, if you want to hear that. But I would see this. I think it'll be watchable at least. It might be a little pretentious, but I mean, it did look mildly amusing, and you've got three good actors here. So I say, why not? It's called She Came to Me. Peter Dinklage, Anne Hathaway, and Marissa Tomei. In September, I believe it was September, what was it? September, 25th. Yeah, it's a good fall movie. And that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more bass takes. If you'd like to get a bass take, come to Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble. I will be at Cassiano's in Hamilton, New Jersey for the Fringe Festival at 4 p.m. I'll also be at many other places. I'm just adding a date tonight for Halloween. I finally booked 13th Child Brewery for October 29th. Yeah, that's going to be fun. All right, hope to see you at something. We'll see you